Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Well, what we saw last night at the first presidential debate was a 90-minute performance of our national catastrophe. And the immediate responsibility for all that lies with one person. As we all watched this pathetic spectacle unfold, lots of people were understandably mad at the whole thing. I mean, they blamed the debate commission or the moderator, Chris Wallace, or even Joe Biden for not jumping in more. But there was one problem on that stage, one source of the whole debacle, and it is the same source of the national nightmare we're living through right now. We have this one person who acts in profound ways that are profoundly sociopathic and damaging and disruptive, heedless of decency or empathy, or even the basic reciprocity that keeps our civilization functioning. A person who has been rewarded for that behavior, bailed out for it for his whole life, and now holds the most powerful office in the country, maybe the world. That was the problem on display on the debate stage last night. That is the problem in this country right now. As we watch the coronavirus death toll continue to go up and up, more than 800 American deaths recorded just today, 8 months into this thing. Now, the problem is bigger than that one man, of course. The problem is that with that one man, there is an entire political party aiding and abetting Donald Trump, willing to do anything to keep him in power. And did you notice that the effect of the barrage of sociopathy on moderator Chris Wallace? It was a miniature version of what Trump and the Republican Party have done to the entire government and the entire society. It happened at the Centers for Disease Control, where the Trump administration has tried repeatedly to steamroll their scientific medical advice, often successfully, and at the Food and Drug Administration, where the president has bullied and berated and pressured health officials to speed up a vaccine. And it's even happened at NOAA, of all places. Remember when Donald Trump changed a hurricane forecast with a Sharpie and then bullied the scientists to back up his claims? People are so unaccustomed to dealing with someone who acts like this that they begin to placate and cower the way that you might with an abusive relative at the dinner table. And last night it was Chris Wallace telling the president that he's going to like the next question. You're going to like this one. This will put you in a better mood, right? It's like when members of the coronavirus task force, like Drs. Deborah Birx and Scott Atlas, have given Trump the happy talk he wants to hear about how the virus is going away, except it isn't, and then thousands of people die because of it. We have lived with this for so long now, nearly 4 years. I think there's a feeling of powerlessness, a feeling we just have to deal with the horrendously abusive family member at the dinner table. That we have to live with this horribly heartless person, this incompetent fool who has wreaked such havoc. But the fact is we don't. We can get rid of him. And that is what last night was about. He is losing. He is the incumbent while there are people in lines for food banks and tens of millions of people out of work and 200,000 plus Americans are dead from coronavirus and more than 7 million have been sickened. And in the midst of all that, he is trying to take health care away from millions of Americans and install a Supreme Court justice who he thinks will overturn Roe v. Wade.